Good morning. Welcome to beautiful Chandler, Arizona, NANOG 59. Let me start with asking a question because this is an amazing crowd. Who's a newcomer in the room? If you could raise your hand. Wow. Well, welcome. Who's been to more than one NANOG meeting before? Raise your hand. Okay. Well, yeah. We're at 59 of them. We have the newcomers lunch coming up starting at noon after the end of this section of the plenary. You're both invited, newcomers and old-timers. The old-timers are helping our newcomers get the best experience possible out of their time here. And we want to thank our lunch sponsor, VeriSign, because now us old-timers can give the newcomers a taste of how to get the best experience out of NANOG in our post-caffeinated state instead of attempting to do it before coffee. So I was here for a meeting a few months ago, much smaller than this, obviously, and I fell in love with this space. I fell in love with the area that we're in out here in Chandler. This hotel is fantastic. I knew that we would have a great meeting here, and some people expressed frustration, thinking, "Oh, well, it's not really in the middle of anything, and we're kind of isolated out here." But the hotel and our sponsors have done a great job of making sure that not only do we get to see Chandler, but we also get to see Tempe and Phoenix and wherever else you'd like to go. So keep your eye on the agenda. We'll make announcements about socials that are on and off site, and there'll be more information about the shuttle buses that can take you downtown. So regarding our attendance, we're at a record level. It's highly likely we'll hit 700 attendees here, which is a crazy number. The last time we were anywhere close to this number was in Oakland in 2001. So if that gives you any idea, we're almost 13 years off from hitting an attendance number this high. And I will say it definitely took a lot of us by surprise, but we're all glad you're here. So this meeting brings a few changes that we've discussed over the past couple of years, both at the members' meetings, the general community meetings, and via surveys regarding the Monday-Wednesday program. And we appreciate your feedback in the surveys regarding how we can continue to make this better. We hope that the positioning of content, the way that we've done it, works best for everyone, both our members and our presenters. You'll find that we moved the tutorials to Tuesday morning. This is for various reasons, some logistical, but also we wanted to make sure that we highlight the education that you guys are getting for free from these tutorial speakers. If you think about what we have a traffic engineering tutorial, IPv6, optical networks 201 for those of you more curious about the deeper intricacies of WDM. And we have an infamous tutorial that gets better every time, which is troubleshooting with traceroute, which is far better than it sounds. So, over the last few months, our industry has been captivated by the Snowden leaks and how NSA tapping is, theoretically happening right under the noses of everyone in this room, based on the networks that we operate. We're proud to present two talks on this. One this morning from Mark Rummold of the EFF regarding PRISM, and then we'll have a really great Q&A on Wednesday morning with Ladar Levison, who was the operator of the recently shut down LavaBit. We really think that this stuff is relevant to this group, and we think that getting as much information out there about how we can be aware and work within the confines that have been set around networks is part of our mission. So on surveys, you're going to hear this again and again and again. I promise we're not going to shut up about it because we use them. We read every single comment that we get from everyone in the room regarding how we can make this meeting better. We'll bribe you. So I believe that Limelight has graciously donated 3 iPad minis and all the accessories and a bunch of other swag. So we'll give those out, I believe, today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. And so please fill out this relevant surveys for each day, and we'll pick the winners going into the afternoon breaks in each. So, as well, you're going to hear about elections. You'll hear about the elections for the board of directors, which I'm running for, as well as 8 other people in the room, or 7 other people in the room. That is where you can choose who you feel is the best candidate, and there's 3 open slots there. There are various committees that also have slots open. These you can self-nominate for. You can ask someone to nominate you if you'd like. Someone can anonymously nominate you, and then you'll get an email asking whether or not you accept that nomination, whatever. And you do not have to be a member to be nominated. You do not have to be a member to nominate someone. You do have to be a member in order to be on one of those, so you would need to join. If you're interested in helping to improve our content by serving on the program committee, please see me or any of the other members of the program committee for more information, and you can see on the website how to do the nomination process. You can find members specifically of the program committee by looking for this white badge. It says committee on the bottom of it, or you can also look for the target on their backs should any of these talks not go well. So, I personally have found serving on the program committee to be extremely valuable. I find that obviously it's helped NANOG, I would hope. It's also helped me in my career and my personal life, discovering things that I wouldn't have otherwise known, and also getting this stuff out to you guys. And if you find that kind of work rewarding, we would ask that you step up. But on top of the program committee, we also have the Development and Communications Committee. So the Development Committee is charged with finding sponsorship opportunities within the NANOG conference that allows our sponsors to recognize value from NANOG without influencing the program. So you'll notice that our sponsors, who have been very, very gracious in providing us support, are not part of the program. They do socials, we have things after hours, we have breaks that are sponsored by them, but you'll never see them as part of the program. And so the Development Committee is charged with making that happen. If you think that that's something you'd be interested in, again, see the elections website or find a Development Committee member or find a Board of Directors member. And the Communications Committee is charged with everything social media, so mailing list, Facebook, things like that. If that's of interest to you, then please seek out a Communications Committee member. Finally, I'd like to point out that Lightning Talk submissions are open. We have 1, possibly 2 slots for Lightning Talks. We'll have 1 slot tomorrow and then possibly 1 on Wednesday. So at the very least, we'll be accepting 3 Lightning Talks and possibly up till 5. And you can see information regarding that on the Program Committee website. So let me just real quick go over a few logistical items. The program committee, like I mentioned before, you'll see the white on the bottom of their badges. Long list here. I'd like to specifically thank some of our terming out members who I believe are in the room. Jim Cowie, thank you very much. Mohit Lad, who I don't think, is Mohit here? Don't think he's here. And Donnie Roisman, who is here somewhere. I thought he was back there, he's not, but thank you. So, as I mentioned, tutorials, everything else, you've seen it on the agenda. One thing I will note is, while I do tell you you should trust the Pocket agenda for the most part, check for the latest updates on the website agenda. There have been room changes and some other subtle talk changes as far as where talks fall. With this big of a crowd, obviously we've had to make a few adjustments, and so just make sure that if you're going to a track or something that's not in the general session, that you just double check the online agenda. And we'll put up signage where we can. So one thing we ask is that if you're not interested in the program and you want to do something else aside from quietly work at your laptop, there's open seating space outside. It's beautiful outside out on the patio. There's also some inside. Go out there, have your conversations, be social. We're here for all of that, so don't feel bad about it. We hope the program keeps you interested, but if not, please. There is a NANOG sponsor member help desk outside. Membership extremely important if you plan on voting in this election. So if you do, please see the member help desk. You can also go to the NANOG website for more information about that. And as I mentioned before, the survey giveaway, which thanks again to Limelight. These are the agenda updates that I mentioned, if you want to make a quick note of them, or you just go look on the website online. But things that are in the deer and scorpion rooms moved, as well as the peering track moved, and we'll sign that where appropriate. And then there's shuttle information regarding how to get to Chandler and Tempe and so on and so forth. Microphone guidelines. See the stands when you walk up there. Quite simple. Please just be respectful of our speakers. Please be respectful of the other people in this room. So multiple people generally line up to ask questions, especially in interesting talks. We hope there's some great Q&A regarding the PRISM talk this morning. Just try not to repeat. Try not to ask multiple questions. Get to the back of the line if you want to ask another question, and we'll attempt to time that appropriately. The attendee charter, which was introduced 2 meetings ago, can be found on the governance website, and that talks about basically our non-discrimination policy. So I'd like to hand it over to Betty Burke, who's our executive director, and she'll take it from here. Thanks, Betty.
Welcome, everyone. Great meeting. Hope you're enjoying your time either last evening or just this morning in Chandler. It's great weather. It's going to be a fantastic 3-day experience for everyone, I'm sure. We've worked really hard, we being all of the volunteers on this list, and as Dave indicated, there's ribbons that signify which committee our volunteers serve on. One important element that I want to share about volunteers supporting NANOG in these committees, these are folks just like you that care so much about the quality of the program or the quality of the structure of NANOG that they volunteer time to work with me. It is really, really a model that I think is unique to NANOG, and as the executive director who puts together these meetings, I could not do it without these volunteers, and just an outstanding job on every one of them. So as you see the volunteers in the community, please extend a thank you. Because they did this for you. If you need help, I'm pretty well known, I'm around, but I'm not the only person who can get an easy answer to you. These lists are on our website, but I wanted to point them out to you and the purpose. NANOG support is the central funnel in. They'll redirect any questions that you have that they might not be able to get the answer to. Speaker support is all things related to presentations and the agenda. NANOG Eng is our engineering group that takes care of the technical aspects of providing service. Sponsor support is for all of our sponsors that are also very important to us in terms of providing a solid foundation for us financially to put NANOG together. The other information that's a little geeky, I didn't want to put it up here on the website, but we do want to share with all of you how the network is working. So you can go on the website, here's the link to how it's physically connected, and there's also a live link on the stats so you can see how we're performing. Again, the colored ribbons identify the various committees, and most importantly, we could not do these NANOG meetings without our sponsors. And the most important sponsors in an individual meeting category are our host and our connectivity provider. Phoenix Nap and Healy River were outstanding. I can't say thank you enough to these sponsors. Our premium sponsors are also critically important because those folks are willing to support NANOG beyond just getting a return on providing swag or a break sponsorship. They're with us for the long haul, and we very much appreciate their support. I'm going to give you a brief reminder on elections, and then I'm going to ask John Curran to also give an update on the other election that's going on during this meeting. So my first update is restating what Dave indicated is elections are open. You can go online and see who all the candidates are. You can become a member so that you can actually vote. And that's really an important distinction. So we love our community. Our email list is over 10,000 individual email addresses. We have over 600 on our way to 700 community attendees here in our environment. But we have 450 or so members. And members are the ones who get to tell me what to do and tell the board by your vote how you like or what you would like to see happen with NANOG. So it's an important time of the year. Please take a look at the candidates and think seriously about the direction of NANOG and be engaged. This is your time. The committee solicitation or nomination process is open, and we keep that process open until Tuesday evening, because on Wednesday we announce the election of the results of the new board, and that board then appoints the committees. So I have to have some time to logistically put all that information. And the reason that we rush this a little bit is because NANOG is something that takes a lot to put together, and we need the new committees in place pretty quickly. So elections, a lot going on. If you have any questions at all or you need to speak with me, find me. I will be happy to spend some time talking with you about membership or the process or any of the candidates. John?
Good morning, everyone. I'm John Curran. I'm the president and CEO of AARON. We have another election going on, and it's not one you pay much attention to. It's called the NRO Number Council, the Number Resource Organization Number Council, which is three people from this region who sit on a 15-person panel that works within ICANN to work on harmonizing global policy. So, for example, the procedures that the IANA uses for issuing address space are part of global policies that each of the regions work on. We get to elect from this region 3 people, and we have an election going on. You don't have to be a participant in AARON. If you're registered for NANOG, if you were registered prior to October 3rd, you are eligible to vote. So the NRO Number Council election is open, and you can go to the AARON website to find more or walk out to the AARON desk. You are able to vote. It'll go on for about 2 weeks, ending on October 20th. And you can see the candidates and their responses online. It's a pretty important thing because it's what represents us in global overall policy. And if you have any questions about how to vote or what you're voting for, the election help desk is right outside. Thank you.
Thanks, John. And the reason that we just went through this little bit of intro for you is because the North American Network Operators region is truly a partnership between NANOG, which is the operator forum, and the registry, which is AARON. So we see our partners at AARON truly as those entities, those 2 bodies, which are distinct and different, helping to make the internet better for everyone in North America. So that being said, I'm going to now pass the mic to our host and then on to our connectivity provider, let them share some words, and again, thank them both. An item that I want to point out to everyone is because we have great connectivity, both transport and transit, we are able to extend the NANOG network here in the hotel to service you in your guest room as well. So one of my jobs is to make sure we have a robust network to support the meeting, but this time as well we were able to extend that network into your guest rooms. So thank you, Ian, for that.
Thank you, Betty. My name is Ian McClarty. I'm president of PhoenixNAP. We're what's called a full-service data center. We don't just stop at the real estate play, which is pretty typical in our space, where somebody wants to come in and just build you a facility or lease you co-location space, give you space and power. We do a little more. We do infrastructure, a lot of managed network, a lot of private cloud deployments. We basically build a system that is affordable and sustainable for somebody to consume product with on a monthly recurring basis. You don't have a lot of capital outlay of cash. Now, that's just a little bit of PhoenixNAP, and that's going to be my sales pitch. That is it. So again, thank you for this opportunity to be able to host this event. The reason why we as PhoenixNAP felt very honored to be able to do this is, number one, this is the first event of NANOG that Phoenix has had, period. I've attended NANOGs myself in the past, and last one I attended was only about 160 people total. So this says a lot for what's going on with the community, what's really happening with the internet, with the growth. The fact that there's this many people and in such a interesting location as Phoenix, it says a lot for the industry and what's really happening, with our space. So I would like to give a round of applause, and please, for this being the biggest event. Period. I mean, this is great. We're very. A quick question to the group. The NANOG did something very interesting for us. We've had IPv6 on our roadmap now, I would say, for the last 6 years. And because of NANOG, we actually were, in a good way, we're forced to put it on our roadmap and actually get some IPv6 knowledge in-house and to do some deployments. For just a quick show of hands, who in this room has IPv6 already deployed in a full production environment? That's great. Who that hasn't touched it yet and is planning on doing it next year? Show of hands. All right. So again, we're going through an interesting transition period. Obviously, we're going to have a lot of interesting things happening with SDN. I'm sure that's going to be a big conversation. We have internal debates and battles internally in our organization on how we're going to skin that cat. No real standards yet. We'd love to pick some of your brains as we're out there. Same thing with IPv6. We're new to the IPv6 space. We have deployed now, and we're getting more and more ingrained with it. But it is new, and there's definitely some hurdles there for us to overcome. And I'm sure that some of you have already gone through those hurdles or are going through those hurdles. Again, thank you again for this opportunity to host this event, and we're really honored. It says a lot for the Phoenix market. We're the fourth largest metro region in the U.S., and yet this is the first event that we've had like this, period. So, Phoenix has definitely a lot of catching up to do. We have a lot of players now, a lot of multi-tenant facilities, not just ourselves. There's a great selection here of facilities. There's a strong IT market, a lot of multinational, a lot of international business happening, a lot of local business. So we're definitely seeing a good growth in IT and infrastructure plays, and we believe that that's going to continue to grow and become, as Phoenix becomes more and more of a hotspot. We as Phoenix Snap definitely want to be the network access point. That's why our name was chosen very strategically. We want to be that network access point for Phoenix. We have over 23 carriers in the facility, don't charge any cross-connect fees. We want our customer base to have easy access to the providers and really be able to absorb not just one or two carriers, but have a choice of 4 or 5 carriers that they want to put in their BGP mix. That was definitely one of our goals as we developed the facility. Again, thank you for your time, and I hope this is a great event for everybody.
And now I'd like to turn the mic over to Derek. It's a unique solution that we have here for providing transport. So I know we're running a little long, but I'm sure you're going to enjoy hearing about what's happening here on property.
Thank you very much, Betty.
Skugtash. My name is Derek White. I'd like to welcome you to the Gila River Indian community on the behalf of our community, and also we really are honored and pleased as Gila River Telecommunications is able to showcase connectivity to this event. There are 575 federally recognized tribes in the nation, and we are one of only 10 tribal communities that own their own telephone company. So I'd like to tell you a little bit about the telephone company and the community that's providing this connectivity to you. So please indulge me. I know we're running on some time, but I'll get through this very quickly. Gila River Indian community is about 375,000 square acres. We have 7 tribes and 7 districts and 2 tribes composed of it. Akamir Autumn is the Gila River Pima, and what that translates to is the people of the river. The Maricopa tribe is the Peepash tribe, and what that loosely translates is to the people. So we are very much a community-oriented reservation with about 22,000 registered members from the last census. And we are a sovereign nation, so you are on sovereign land. Oops, go back. Currently, we have about 3,300 access lines. We were actually established formally in 1988, so we are celebrating our 25th year of service to the community. Very expansive, and we've always been on the leading or cutting edge of providing connectivity capabilities. We provide, of course, voice and data services. We've got a very, very robust fiber optic plant throughout the community of the 7 districts. We actually had to incorporate some fixed wireless for many reasons, actually, but our main goal is connectivity to the people. We do have multiple redundant rings, we have multiple soft switches, and the platforms that we are now engaging in provide a lot of different connectivity and a lot of different access. From that connectivity, it's actually allowed us to create subsidiaries that would support the telephone company. From a telephone company perspective, it takes the service to the building. Native Technology Solutions was created to take care of the enterprise inside the building. We do cabling and hardware, telephone and paging systems. This building actually is, as you'll learn at the end of my talk, is kind of a landmark of all of the 3 comprised companies that I'll be introducing here. We do network equipment, video surveillance, access control. The video surveillance throughout this facility is maintained and managed by Native Technology Solutions, as well as some of the cabling and hardware throughout the facility. A very new subsidiary for us is Alluvion Communications. It actually is a traditional competitive local exchange carrier, and that actually provides part of our pipe that connects us to Phoenix NAP. So if you look at it, Alluvion brings the pipe into Gila River Telecommunications, which comes over to the building, and then Native Technology Solutions provides the capabilities inside the building. So they're all a natural fit to providing service to our community and all the entities that are within it. The hotel industry is a recent one. We also have a hospital, we have police stations, we have our own government that we support within the community. One of the items that we really kind of fell into and became very fortunate with is 20 years ago when the cellular properties were being lotteried. Gila River Telecommunications actually was chosen and owns the cellular license, which is known as RSA 5 throughout this area and the Pinal County area. So connectivity, even from a mobile platform, is afforded to our community members and our entities. I'd like to thank you for the time in front of you. I hope you enjoy the community, I hope you enjoy the entity, and I hope you enjoy your conference. Have a good day.